1. FIFA World Cup, International Major Athletic Events. World Cup of Football is another name for it. The FIFA, Fédération Internationale de Football Association, event takes place every 4 years. FIFA was founded in 1904 with the goal of always advancing football. More than 200 teams are currently members of the association. This is an international athletic tournament that features the senior football men's national teams of FIFA members. In 1930, the inaugural FIFA World Cup was held. It was unable to be arranged in 1942 and 1946 because of World War II. There are 32 teams that fight against one another for this championship under the present format. 2. Olympic Games. Almost every nation in the globe competes in a variety of sports at these significant international multisport events. Through sports, it seeks to promote humankind and international peace. It is organized every 4 years by the International Olympics Committee, IOC. World's major sports events. The Olympic Games originated in the Olympia region of ancient Greece some 2,300 years ago. War-related events caused the Games to halt in 393, but they resumed approximately 1,500 years later with the first modern Olympics held in Athens, Greece. Baron de Coubertin created the Olympic Games emblem, which represents the unification of the world's 5 continents. The European Cup or European Champion Clubs Cup was the previous name of the continental club football competition that is now known as the UEFA Champions League. The Union of European Football Associations, UEFA, has hosted it annually since 1955. In this competition, the best football clubs in Europe battle it out for the title of best club in the continent. World's major sports events. In 5 rounds, about 32 teams compete in this tournament. There are 8 groupings created from the teams. A double round-robin format is required of the one team competing against the other 3 teams in its group. Each group's winner and runner-up advance to the round of 16, after which the knockout stage starts and the winners go to the quarter-finals, semi-finals, and final. 4. The International Cricket Council, ICC, is responsible for organizing the Cricket World Cup, also referred to as the ICC Cricket World Cup. Men's one-day 50-over cricket matches are played in this international cricket competition. Teams must advance through preliminary qualification rounds in order to compete in this 4-year competition. In contrast, T20 is held every 2 years. World's major sports events. It is the world's 4th most watched international athletic event. The inaugural T20 Cricket World Cup took place in South Africa in 2007, while the first Cricket World Cup was hosted in England in 1975. With 5 championships, the Australian cricket team is the most successful cricket team in history. There have been 12 Cricket World Cups held until 2020. 5. Super Bowl, a well-liked championship game, is hosted by the NFL, National Football League. Every year in January or February, a popular professional American football game in the U.S. is played to crown the National Football League champion. Originally referred to as the AFL-NFL World Championship Game, Lamar Hunt, the owner of the AFL Kansas City Chiefs, proposed the name Super Bowl Championships. World's major sports events. Almost every American watches the Super Bowl of American football. It's the biggest athletic occasion in the country. In 2018, it was shown on television in more than 170 countries, with 104 million viewers. 6. Wimbledon Tennis. One of the biggest athletic occasions of the year is Wimbledon. It is also the oldest tennis championship in the world. Since 1877, it has been held in late June or early July at the All England Club at Wimbledon, London. World's major sports events. It is a Grand Slam tennis competition, held in conjunction with the US, Australian, and French Opens. The game's original surface, grass, is used for this tennis tournament alone, giving rise to the term lawn tennis. 1877 saw the inaugural World Championship played out on a lawn belonging to the All England Club. Apart from that, among other things, Wimbledon introduced a women's championship in 1884, and then mixed doubles and women's doubles in 1913. 7. The France Tour. An annual multi-stage bicycle competition called cycling takes place, mostly in France. It periodically passes across neighboring nations. In 1903, it was initially established to boost paper sales for the periodical Lotto. The Amaury Sport Organization is currently in charge of organizing it. The current tour typically lasts 3 weeks and covers over 3,500 kilometers on bicycles, with 21 stages each day. The shortest trip was 2,428 kilometers in 1904, and the longest was 5,745 kilometers in 1926. It is often regarded as the world's most challenging bicycle race, and it is typically held in July. The path may alter slightly each year. The route includes of many terrains, such as a level track at the beginning and challenging stages when passing through the Alps and Pyrenees. All riders are unable to cross the finish line due to injuries or a lack of energy to withstand the physical strain of a 21-day trip. 8. Rugby World Cup. The Rugby Union World Cup is another name for it. The International Rugby Board oversees this international rugby union competition. In 1987, the inaugural Rugby World Cup was held. It is presently held every 4 years, having been co-hosted by Australia and New Zealand in the past. 20 countries compete in this month-long event held in the host country. As per the tournament's current format. World's major sports events, there are 2 phases to the tournament, group and knockout. The winner of the competition receives the William Webb Ellis Cup. World Rugby, an international organization that oversees rugby as a sport, is in charge of organizing the Rugby World Cup. Formula One racing, professional automobile racing, is an international sport. It is also referred to as F1. In this sport, single-seat, open-wheel, and open-cockpit vehicles are used. It is the world's most sophisticated, varied, and intense international racing competition. Unlike other cars, this one has its wheels located outside the body. World's major sports events, this event is organized by the International Automobile Federation, or FIA. The rules that competitors must follow throughout the race serve as the basis for the naming method. The competition is held on specially designed courses called circuits. But it's possible that the race will happen on closed public roads. It's a battle not just between drivers but also between different teams' technologies. The Formula One World Championship season is the term used to describe the schedule of Formula One events. Grand Prix is a Formula One car racing series. A season's worth of races or series are collectively called Grands Prix. 10. The NBA. In North America, the NBA is a well-known men's professional basketball league. Additionally, it actively participates in USAB, USA Basketball, the body that oversees basketball in the country, world's major sports events. Originally known as the Basketball Association of America, BAA, the NBA is a prominent professional sports league in North America that was established on June 6, 1946, in New York City. After merging with the National Basketball League a few years later, on August 3, 1949, it was renamed the National Basketball Association, NBA. A typical NBA season runs from October to April, with each team obliged to play 82 matches. The playoffs may extend into June. It comprises of 30 teams or franchisees, with 29 from the United States and 1 from Canada. NBA players are among the highest paid athletes in the world. 11. The Masters Tournament. Since 1934, the Masters Tournament has been held at the prestigious Augusta National Golf Club in Augusta, Georgia, during the first week of April. The Professional Golfers Association of America, PGA, Championship, the US Open, the British Open, and the Masters Tournament are the 4 major golf tournaments. The Augusta National Golf Club is the tournament organizer. World's major sports events. Since its beginning, it has always taken place at the same location. This tournament is open to pros, but it also extends invitations to certain amateur players each year. Golfers with notable prior accomplishments and records are typically invited to compete in this event. In addition to a lifetime invitation to the Masters and invites to the other 3 golf events for the next 5 years, the champions also receive a sizable financial award and a gold medal. 12. The International Association of Athletics Federation World Championships. The International Association of Athletics Federation, IAAF, organizes this international sporting event every 2 years. Before 1991, it was organized every 4 years. The withdrawal of the 50 km men's walk event from the Olympics in 1976 paved the way for the creation of this event. In the same year, the IAAF Council intended to hold the Athletics World Championship independently. As a result, after a few years, the first event was hosted in Finland in August 1983 at the Helsinki Olympic Stadium. It was attended by 1,300 athletes from more than 150 countries. This tournament expanded to include all women's events in the following years. The championship winner will get a cash reward and a medal. 13. The Hockey World Cup. Every 4 years, the Hockey World Cup is hosted by the International Hockey Federation, FIH. In 1908, hockey was included to the Olympic Games. In 1971, Pakistan won the Hockey World Cup, which was held in Spain. Every 2 years, the first 3 World Cups were hosted. Since 1982, there has been a 4-year cycle in place. World's major sports events, there are 2 phases to it, qualification and final. And they both have the same structure. Teams fight for a position in the championship event during the qualification round. The playoffs are used to determine the remaining spaces or positions. The top 2 clubs are automatically selected. 14. Asian Games, held every 4 years. The Asian Games, also referred to as ASIAD, is a well-known continental multisport competition. Athletes competing are from every Asian nation. Since Asia is home to over half of the world's population, large-scale sporting events are anticipated there. World's major sports events. 1951 saw the inaugural Asian Games held in New Delhi, India. This competition was run by the Asian Games Federation, AGF, until 1978. However, the Olympic Council of Asia, OCA, has been in charge of organizing the events ever since the Asian Events Federation was dissolved in 1982. The International Olympic Committee, IOC, has recognized the Asian Games, the world's second-largest multisport event after the Olympics. Until 2019, 9 countries hosted it, and 46 countries participated. In 2018, the 18th edition of this event took place in Jakarta and Palembang, Indonesia. The symbol of this event is a rising sun with interlocking rings. 15. Commonwealth Games. Commonwealth nations compete in a variety of sports at this international multisport competition. Everything started with the initial incident in Hamilton, Canada, in 1930. Before that, it was known as the British Empire and Commonwealth Games in 1954 to 1966, the British Commonwealth Games in 1970 to 1974, and the British Empire Games from 1930 to 1950. A later name change was Commonwealth Games. World's major sports events. India served as the 2010 event's host nation. The following 10 sports must be played in this event by the host nation: sports aquatics, boxing, court badminton, tennis, netball, hockey, for women, squash, rugby, weightlifting. The host may include up to 7 additional sports from the following list in addition to the primary sports already mentioned. Activities include table tennis, rowing, softball, gymnastics, and cycling in addition to archery, basketball.
Hey, if you want to learn about more interesting facts like this, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. See you on the next one.